Welcome back to the Top 32 match this week for the Ultimate Card League Cup. So, today we have Alpha TCG versus Nefilim Card Gaming. Two rather not that well-known teams. I think Nefilim is from Spain and I could confuse them. Alpha TCG might be from Greek, something like that. But anyways, yeah, Nefilim is from Spain. Nefilim is from Spain, definitely. I think the name Jorge Gomez of our first featured match kind of gives that away. So, I think without further ado, we should already get going with the stream because we don't have too much time for these matches. If you don't know what this tournament is, it's basically a team tournament of it's kind of like the coming 3v3 of YCS in Atlanta. 32 teams are participating, I think. Should be. And everyone is providing 3 players. So player 1, player A, player B, and player C. So yeah, we have a KO game, a KO system. It's like the top cut at a YCS. And yeah, so player A will face player A from the other team, and player B will face player B. Okay, so I think I can just text someone to tell the players to start playing already. This matchup should contain 1 Altergeist and 1 deck that is maybe also Altergeist, maybe also not Altergeist. Let's just see. Yeah. We gotta wait for a second until they can start. I might as well message them. Oh, by the way, you might have already noticed that I'm alone, unfortunately. Basti has other responsibilities he has to go after this week, so you guys will have to enjoy the stream with just me as a caster. We will miss Lemke, honestly. And I've never casted alone, actually, so this is quite new for me as well. It's especially hard to cast alone if no one is actually doing something. So guys, you can start. Like, seriously. Okay, so the die roll, Alpha TCG won the die roll with a scissors, which does not really make sense if you say it like that, but you know what I mean, right? So, okay. Area 0, my favorite deck, as you all know, is Sky Striker, not Area 0, the card that heavily indicates pure Sky Striker variant, is going to be, and it's going to be used on Sky Striker A. So if there's like an extra engage, this is basically all you want as a Sky Striker player. You want to go like Chain Ray to Area 0 to get a free pot of duality without restriction. You basically, as a downside, have to wait. There we go. You basically have to waste like one of your extra deck monsters, but Hayate and Kena aren't that important in the grind game. I would say, like you can definitely. It's not hurting that much as like in the old days, where you could just summon Shizuku or Kagari and have to basically waste one of those monsters. No, you can now just dig for your engage, then immediately add it. So yeah. By the way, in the back you can see my room. It's kind of messy. Basically, like I moved all the stuff that was there before, like out of the camera reach. You should know that. I think you should. So Kagari is being summoned, re-adding engage, having the multi-roll on the field. That is just like the basic opening of Sky Striker that should, like most of the time, be enough to actually win the games. But there is impermanence being activated on Kagari. So this basically means there are 2 engages less in play for Alpha TCG. at the end of this turn, because Kagari can't re-add one, activate it, and then reset it with multi-roll. And basically, if there is not another spell, then it's like 3 engages less, because like this one doesn't go through. He can't set it with multi-roll because there is no counter on the multi-roll, as I think. And he can't search it with Shizuku. So basically, this impermanence equals 3 engages. Yeah, this is math, guys. So yeah, like, this impermanence is actually really hard. I have never had the feeling that cards like Veiler or Imp really stop Sky Striker that much, but with this particular hand, it's really hurtful, because like, yeah, multi-roll as well is not very useful in this scenario, and Shizuku's eventually just going to search for an Eagle Booster, but I think the overall situation should be fine for Alpha. If he doesn't get OTK this turn, oh yeah, right, he can just like activate the quick spell in the end phase and then set the engage then. But still, it's like just this one engage, which is, by the way, I think a really risky move, actually, because the engage does not contribute anything to the board right now. Eagle Booster would do that. Eagle Booster would set up for another multi-roll count in the next turn. And if this Sky Striker Mobilize Engage gets like spinned away or destroyed by a Meloseek, or sent to the graveyard by Meloseek, then there is no access to engage in the next turn at all. So a direct attack. I just saw that my face is like being moved on stream. That is really funny. Stop dragging me, Matze. Okay, so Anchor hits the Meloseek, which basically means that engage should be safe at first. I don't know the cards in Alpha TCG stand, obviously. That was spooky. Nobody does, except for Alpha TCG himself. But well, anyways, Linkaribo is going to be summoned, and Meloseek is going to try to fetch for a multi-faker, which it eventually does. So there is no Ash in play for Alpha. We have, like, it's hard to imagine what the cards in Alpha's hand are. Like, maybe Veiler, maybe Ogre. Like, Veiler and Ogre are really good cards, but not this particular matchup. Like, at this point, Forset is looking really threatening for the Sky Striker deck. If there's something Floodgate-ish, then it could hurt him very much, actually. By the way, I'm going to drink some of my coffee now, and I want you guys to know that this has nothing to do with football. I'm drinking this because it's my flatmate's cup, okay? And he's gone, so I can drink out of it. I'm not a Schalke fan, necessarily. I like that they bought an esports team, though. But anyways, let's get to the game. So Anchor got set in the end phase with multi-roll. Got reset. Both of the cards that he has set are going to be banished. There's only one spell in graveyard, and that doesn't look too thrilling for me, because like usually after your first turn you would want to resolve multiple engages, because like resolving multiple engages is the key to win this matchup. But I mean, look at this. He would have activated the other. Oh, Jamming Wave. I haven't seen that card in a while. Okay, so he's going to blindly pop one card, which is, I think, not the most optimal use for a for like your only engage, actually. So it destroys spoofing. I don't think he has resolved the multi-roll, so that tells me that he's just waiting with the multi-faker, which I like as a play. I like that you don't like flip your first trap card up just to summon multi-faker off of it, because that actually always seems like a bad idea. Also, I think that there shouldn't be like any kind of really important floodgate on this side of Jorge. I hope Jorge is the way to pronounce it. because after all, he did not flip one of the cards face up, and like as soon as the cards are face up, you can't gem wave them anymore. So yeah, it's turn 3, huh? What a know-it-all. I'm sorry, yeah, you are of course right, but it's like the turn 2 for the Sky Striker player. I love coffee, even if it's like 9:45. There is someone won't get too much sleep tonight. Yeah, so we're like in a spot where Alpha has to think a lot. Okay, so he just goes for drone summon. Is he attempting to summon Phoenix? Because that would be like really brave. Like just blind Phoenix into 3 set. I really like that play, especially because he did not use like go for the chance to summon another Kagari to get like extra spells from your graveyard back. And Phoenix basically disables your shot. Okay, so there's a warning. This is basically like good for him actually. So there are 2 counters on multi-roll. So like it would be really nice to know what the cards in the hands of the players are. Okay, so he's cleaning back row quite nice actually. He can multi-roll his area 0 way afterwards. Like 1 card like Heavy Storm Duster should eventually be enough to like take him out of the game, really. Like imagine he has Heavy Storm Duster now. Yeah, this pop the set card, pop the anchor, and pop the multi-roll, because then he can't like pop his area 0 anymore. And the last card in his hand has to be a red. Like, okay, the other card is going to get popped eventually. Did they? Afterburners doesn't target, right? So basically he should get the chance to destroy the other set. Okay, so yeah. I think like probably the best play would have been to not pop the other set, but pop the area 0 after you know that your multi-roll is like gone. So I should say like this, otherwise I'm just getting way too chilled. Yeah, I think Alpha messed this up. Okay, now I have the Stormmaster. That is yeah. This game should be over as hell, and I think that Alpha could have won it if he played that correctly. Like it was okay. It was okay to go for like absolute spell trap removal. I can see why you would do that. But like using the afterburners wrong or incorrectly rather, that seems like really terrible. Because like pop your area 0, there was another Heavy Storm Duster, we knew that. No cards in hand, just a Mellow Seek and a Multi-Faker, and I mean you can just go into Hayate, run over the card, run over the Multi-Faker, and then add back Engage, and then you could search for like another anchor. Like everything is basically better than that. Okay, so Jorge decides to go for like the most amount of damage, which is reasonable. I hope he's going to activate Marionette effect to summon back Multi-Faker, because this is like something you should do. Maybe summon another Hextia. Yes, he does. Okay. I was really scared he would do that. I mean, at this point, probably doesn't matter anymore, but, you know. Yeah, I can see why he goes for Silcatis. I think that this is the point where you can see that's the Sky Striker player. Yeah, he bounces area 0, that is fine. Well, I mean, that's perfectly fine on activation. So you can't activate it again and can't dig for like the engage. And if there is another card that Alpha wants to use, like this spell trap card, you can just negate it with Hexia and then just win basically. So yeah, that's fine. Did not activate his trap card that he set off Marionetta to summon the Multi-Faker, which is, I think, quite interesting. Instead, he does it now. Gets Twin Twister, will be answered by Hexia effect. I am really sure about that. Oh no, it might also not. Like, anyways, it's still game. Because you can still resolve Multi-Faker and go for another Hexia, and it's still 4.5k, so... I think this is the point where you should concede. Guys, read your cards, Afterburners. Read your cards. It's nice to see that Ultra guys can also win going second without Secret Village of the Floodgates. So, 1-0 for Nefilim Card Gaming. If you are curious what Nefilim is supposed to mean, I think the team is named after the original name of Al-Shadol Construct, which was, I think, originally called Al-Shadol Nefilim. I think that's like the literal OCG translation or something like that. If you have any questions about Asian translations or something like that, you should ask Ding Kang Fan. He knows all of that. He probably really does. But I'm still just kidding. So, yeah. Citing in progress, please wait, is a really interesting screen to watch. So, chat, maybe you want to like ask me some questions that I could answer, or insult me and I will try to not take it personally, which I eventually will still. You can also, if you didn't know that it exists yet, you can check out our podcast that we are hosting every Tuesday with always new amazing guests for our interviews. And you can also rewatch those in case you missed the first one on YouTube soon, I think. I don't know if it is uploaded yet. Our first guest was Jonas Koschel, second place of the YCS and the German National Championship and all of that good stuff. Okay, finally a question. What's your favorite character from Gossip Girl? Lucas, shouldn't you just pay attention to the games as you are our judge? And it is definitely Chuck Bass. Just saying. Okay. So, Eagle Booster was added. Set card is going to be sent to the grave. Ideally, that would be Metaphors Fusion. Okay, it was Eagle Booster for Eagle Booster. I don't think this is what Alpha wants to see, as he's willing to sacrifice an Eagle Booster. Does not really have a lot to get another one of those. Yes, no starter. No starter is always really hurting you. But I mean, this is not gonna be a surprise for you guys, as you already know that if you play Yu-Gi-Oh! And you don't have a starter for your deck doesn't work shit. So yeah. I should have stared more intensely at the siding screen. Yep. I'm not lying, it's really Chuck Bass. It's not Serena. I hate her. I really don't like Serena, to be honest. And I don't like Blair either. It's just like more of a Chuck Bass thing. He's a cool guy, even though he's had like his troubles in the first season. Like he's the one with the biggest character development over these seasons. In case you're curious if I have watched Gossip Girl, yes, I did. So even enough to bait out the Time Crusher that basically nobody is playing anymore didn't work. Did not work. This is a starter. I think all of you should know that opening with Rota to search out array works in Sky Strikers. It's sort of like an old spell deck, and then you have Rota to search your warrior, which does not look like a warrior. Mind Crush, I take the nobody is playing Mind Crush anymore statement back completely, but if there is a Twister in the set cards of Alpha, this is going to be devastating for him. There isn't. So, can we see the cards in hand of Alpha to get the public knowledge, please? Oh, if there was a Twin Twister, then he would have probably Twin Twistered the Area 0 already to get a raid last turn. Yeah, I think so. He's going to set a hand trap. Wait, what? Ah, okay. I was confused for a second. This Area 0 is such a bad Area 0. I had one today where he like excavated 2 engages, so that was a better one. I think he's wishing for it right now. But yeah, like double Area 0 is even worse than, I don't know, Next World War, something like that. Okay, Stratus. Rota is, yeah. Actually, as these guys are breaking their brains out, ooh, this looks like an end turn Heavy Storm Duster with a revealed multifaker. No revealed multifaker. This Sky Striker deck does not seem to work out. Oh, this is part of extra greed. Damn. I mean, even if he does banish 3 XGs, which would basically be the worst case scenario. Okay, so the hand and the field is basically area 00 for Alpha TCG, which is also the translation for his value, 0. See what I did there? Okay, so Marionetta is going to be summoned. It's going to set down a protocol probably because, like, yeah, what else are you going to set? So 1.6k damage. If time would be called now, that would be enough, but it isn't. So let's see if the last draw, oh, not the last draw, sorry, the next draw is going to help Alpha, which I kind of doubt, because, like, what's one card going to do now? It's not a Metaphor's Fusion, which is a card that would help us. Again, no useful Excavate for Alpha TCG. Like, he activated it thrice already, so in like 9 drawn cards, 9 drawn cards, there wasn't one starter. This is bad luck. This is really F. At this point, it's just hilarious. Like, Secret Village kind of seals it, I'd say. I mean, I wouldn't really say seals it, but that might seal it. Like, set down Manifestation, attack twice, and then go into Hextia, so you can eventually access your multi-faker plays afterwards. Yeah, this is really good for him. The other guys' play is just like really playing it out smoothly. Don't feel like there were like too many or mistakes. Maybe I just don't remember them anymore. Ban Secret Village of Spellcast. I don't know. It's necessary, to be honest. just my reasoning. It's not necessary. Deal with it. So this card is Ray! He got a Ray eventually. Is it gonna be Mind Crushed again? That's the question. Why didn't he go into Exia, by the way? That was weird. A bit weird, right? I think he should have gone for Exia. Like, finally access your monsters, your good ones, not the like Marionetta beatdown. Because like you can also. Did he even shuffle? I think he didn't shuffle because like the cards he excavated last turn were Metalfoes Fusion first, and then Upstart, and then Ogre. And this time it was Upstart Goblin and Ogre and Ray, and the Metalfoes Fusion was like on the top. So, do you think it didn't shuffle? Anyways. So what's Ray gonna do? There is, of Manifestation and Protocol. Protocol is going to take away like probably the Ray, the Kagari. Like, it doesn't really help him anyways. Like if he gets into his engine, because there is like Manifestation with 2 Altergeists on the field and no secret village or a secret village. So yeah. Still looking kind of bad for Alpha TCG. Would be even worse if he had some texture. I'm just saying. So this should be turn damage. So he passed the turn on Kagari. He has an active Ray float, which is, okay, I guess. I just wish he would have gone for Marionetta, because then this game would be like basically over, I think. Can't get over this fact that he missed out on the opportunity to get into his engine. Like now he relies on hard drawing all of that. Or wasting a Manifestation basically to summon it to go into like. At this point, he can't beat over Kagari anymore, which is crucial. Slicoidus is fine. What he can do is, activate the Manifestation. Yeah, all right. That was it. That was it. So we have got the first featured match to be won by that sentence didn't make sense at all. Jorge Gomez from Nefilim Card Gaming, and now we are trying to figure out the names of the other players. So all 3 games are over. Apparently. I'm just going to quickly find out who won. Apparently in our Discord. So I think Nefilim Card Gaming won this. Penhell Scream versus Albert Miranda should still continue, so we can like watch that. Okay, so let's quickly enter the password. Okay, so we are in the game. I'm going to tell. Well, I am in the game. I think you guys aren't. Going to write my operator. This is the password that we have. And yeah, I think the other game was lost by Nefilim Card Gaming. So, okay, are we live? Yeah, we are. So, basically, you can see a weird opening from Panhard Screen. I can't tell you what went down there, but the cards that are in play kind of indicate that there should be like more stuff. I mean, it didn't have the Wyverns, but Solar and Roar. With why okay, yeah, he apparently did not manage to find the. I don't know what happened there. But this board doesn't seem too hard to break, to be honest. I mean, there's Titan, Crystal Wing, and Colossus, which are fine as a board. I mean, it's like one negate, one pop. The negate can be chain blocked. It's not like Hot Red Archfiend, but Hot Red Archfiend would be way worse because there's Phantasme, one not targeting pop, and no adding cards arenas. So, guys, he immediately destroyed the Phantasme in the draw phase. Seems odd to me. But I mean, well, let me just say that yeah. So let's just think, what can Alberto do here in this scenario? Because he just blinked away the Flame Buffalo, and I don't know if he has anything to activate after this. I'm just gonna quickly ask if we know how these scores in this game. Ooh. Well, it's not too strong actually. Can just make away the triple burst and the Belailings. Or yeah, you could also do that, of course. Discard the Spinny. Summon a Violet Chimera. Let me just check if Chimera activates its effect. Yes. But apparently he goes. I don't know how he put the chainings of Chimera and Gazelle. But okay, Salamangreat is leading 1-0. I figured that the Salamangreat player already won one game because, yeah, Thunder started and the deck usually likes to start. So the question is, I mean, there is a fusion in the deck, so the possibility to grind for Thunder is there. Actually, this is the variant of Thundering I like the most right now. I don't see any dangers right here, but they will be there, I think. To play spells and traps, the Chaos Guard version, because you don't get to do your full combo that much anymore as people play more and more hand traps, and like have fusion in the deck gives you the possibility to grind a lot more. Also not that bad, to be honest. Yeah. So there should be more than only one crystal wait for Alberto in this game. Yeah. Oh, 4 monsters. Is he going to summon Borreload? I think he can just use Borreload to attack over the Crystal Wing and use the reduction effect and damage steps, so there can't be anything chained to it. I think he could have also like gone into Update Jammer first. Like, is Borreload trigger effect? It's a bit embarrassing that I don't know too much about this card. No. Okay, so he's just allowed to take it. Did he negate anything with Crystal Wing? Maybe the Chimera? And it would have been destroyed, right? Oh, this is weird. I hate not exactly knowing what's going on. This Destroyer is supposed to be in the graveyard because he paid like 4,000 life points, and there's like no danger in grave or banish that could have discarded an actual Destroyer, so I don't know about that. Okay, so he attacks Crystal Wing with the Colossus now and then shrinks the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Just quickly read the Synchro Dragon. Okay, so it's doing damage calculation, but I think this is... No, okay, so why did I think that he attacked? Okay, so this is weird. Do you guys love those streams when the casters have no idea what's going on? I love watching those. Okay, so we can just like, let's think about it. What are the options? Thunder Infusion can be banished to search a Hawk. Hawk will summon Roar. Roar will summon Dark. Dark might summon Dragon Duo. Oh, it can't be because there's a Colossus. Colossus cannot be protected, so... I mean, he could go into the battle phase, just run over the Colossus, and then start going for all these plays, but then he couldn't get rid of the Borreload Dragon, I assume. So he kind of needs the 2 cards in hand to do something, maybe? Like if there's a Matrix or like a Hawk. Okay, so he's just going to punch over Colossus with Titan, probably. So as this is mandatory, right? So Borreload Shrink cannot stop him from gaining attack, right? Thank God I did not have those questions when I judged this law, because this is right now kind of confusing me. Yeah, so he just ran over Colossus. I think with the Fusion Search now, Did he attack with Titan into the Borreload Dragon just to like have the Titan die? Did that just happen? Like, guys, you have to understand my confusion, right? Because there's some weird stuff going on. Like, I haven't seen a triple burst dragon and board like in a long time, actually. So I think that Borreload Dragon should be like out of the danger zone right now. This Titan could have been like really helpful actually to immediately get rid of the Borreload Dragon. I mean, you just activate Titan by using the Hawk, then or like using Hawk, then Borreload will chain to Hawk to shrink like some monster, and then you can just negate it with Synchro, or otherwise you're just going to pop Borreload, right? Borreload just can't be targeted. Yeah, and I think Crystal Wing doesn't target, so that should work. Like, you could out this easily with the Titan Crystal Wing combination. Well, this game could be like a nice stream where people could like guess what's going to happen next, and whoever is right takes a shot. But that wouldn't be a good drinking game at all, because like nobody would drink ever, because like this is truly a good shuffled back. Guys, at this point, I really don't know anymore. So another Titan is summoned. Thunder, yeah. At this point, you can just like destroy it. That's totally fine as well. But I feel like this could have been much easier. But like Crystal Wing and Titan is going to be enough eventually. Did he not shuffle back like a Dark? Because then he could use Dark next turn to have an additional pop. That would have been quite good, I think. Sometimes I just wish like Basti was here so we could experience this together. Like, this Denko summon was also rather questionable, because it doesn't really have anything to stop like attacks from punching over Denko. So like she could secure the win next turn after you shuffle back your Dark, so you could like pop one more time with Titan. Don't think you necessarily need your third Colossus in the extra deck rather than the Dark pop, because this is not looking like a game where you are going to summon 3 more Colossus. Like, so I think there doesn't really look like it. Like, the problem I have with this is that Jack, yeah, is that I'm constantly trying to see what the options for the players are, but somehow the players don't really give a shit about my options that I'm thinking. I think like Alberto is actually doing quite well. this point. But it's like the one crystal wing appears to still be enough. I mean, maybe the plays of Penheld Scream weren't that weird, considering that he didn't know that bar load damage step effect thing. So you can forget sometimes. You're on stream, you're on display, you get nervous, that's fine. And maybe then his extra deck was like really weird, so that this was like his only chance to really set up anything to the board. So he goes for the extra summoned Sunlight Wolf, and he's going to activate Gazelle from hand. Did he just re-add Gazelle? Or did he? I like completely lost track. I'm gonna ask the judge. At this point, everything is possible, so I'm just gonna ask. Because as soon as you re-add something with Sunlight Wolf, you cannot summon the monster for the rest of the turn, I think, if what I think is correct. Yeah, normal special summon monsters with the added monster's name. I think like even adding back Fusion of Fire, then yeah, okay, so. Hey, we actually did something once. No Rescue Lemke this time. Oh no, it was a Rescue Robin. I'm getting confused with all these co-casters. It's like really weird. I like this situation in Berlin at the CSL Grand Open, which our judge won actually. Where something really weird happened on stream. I think it was like multiple Wisdom Eyes that didn't work like they did on stream. Like what card gave you the restriction that you couldn't use? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, there Robin like ran to the table and then stopped everything. So it was Rescue Robin. Okay, so Gazelle is going to be probably put away with the Sunlight Wolf together. But then... Is Fusion of Fire doing anything right now? It's like one Link monster and one Salamangreat monster, isn't it? I understand desperation plays, though. Falco would be nice if there was like anything useful in the graveyard. Chimera is going to be summoned, and I think there should not be any Crystal Wing effects yet, so you could just negate the Chimera, which... Oh no, we can't, because Falco chain blocks it. That is actually quite good. But it doesn't really put it to hand, it just sets it to the field, right? So yeah. But like, still, if you punch over Crystal Wing, it's gonna kill you, so. At this point, is Titan still reduced from Barlow? Because then this could be game. This should be... Oh no, it's a different Titan. Okay, it was a different Titan. Yes. Otherwise, like if Titan 2-7 and Camera was like something 4,500-ish, then this would be game, I think. But at this point, could it still be game? Like 600, 900? Yeah, it shouldn't be. 600, 900 should be 1-5. 1-5 on 2-8 is 3-3, 4-3. 3-6, 2-6. So you should be like 1-1 off. And this is most likely not enough to go for a game. And then eventually the combo of cards that are going to be used could lead to the game. I mean, Panel Scream should really win this. Right? Why is this 2006? Oh yeah, did he like reduce the attack at some point? I think Barlow just like shrunk the other. Why is it so much? At like somehow I think Titan lost attack points. Okay. But how though? So I'm trying to figure out how it lost attack points, but I'm pretty sure that Barlow Drain was like only used once, and that was on the attack points of the Titan that is currently in graveyard. And he's going to re-add the fusion because he does not really care about the grave effect of fusion and summoning Hawk to summon like 20 monsters and go for a game eventually. So yeah. I think at this point you just go for a fusion, summon Titan, put back the dark, then activate dark from hand, pop the Chimera and attack for a game. Yeah, that should work as well. So yeah, Panel Scream has a game, and then it should be tied 1-1, and then we should go into the all-deciding game 3. Unless Panel Scream messes this up somehow. I think like Crystal Wing should still do the trick, right? Just attack over it, and then like you can't mess this one up. The sound is lagging. You should still do the trick, right? Just attack over it, and then like you can't mess this one up. Oh jeez, it is. I'm going to contact our operator for that. And I hope it's going to be better soon. All this weird stuff going on. Yeah, this kind of looks like... Yeah, so Livian here pops the Chimera, and then he should be able to go for a game, like, sometime soon. Balalink's protection is gone now, so you can just run over it with Trustwing Synchroning or go for a Unicorn if you play the decklist of Julio Valls, who plays the Nightmare package instead of the Summon Sorcerer's package, which makes the deck much better going second, as I have to say. Also, lately it did not feel that necessary to go into Summon Sorcerers during your combo because the Chain Block variation always appears to be the better option. So, in this situation, it feels like there are 20 ways to go for a game, maybe. And you should just decide for one so we can get to game 3. Like, this is... Okay, so basically, what's happening? Okay, so apparently our judge intervened with the players, so that's the reason why nothing happened but I think like Crystal Wing running over the Chimera should do the trick. As Bailings is gone. And only 5,500 damage need to be done. So, we should go into game 3. Can we please go into the game 3? Yes, sighting in progress, please wait. Okay. So, let's see the last game of today's Ultimate Card League Cup stream on our Cards Plus League channel. So, what do you think? Okay, so chat, tell me, who do you think is going to win? Salamangreat or Thunder Dragon Danger, the probably most represented decks right now. I think the most represented decks from YCL Düsseldorf as well, so this is like the absolute top tier metagame match. And I think like Salamangreat should have a big edge because they are allowed to start correctly activated circle and draw phase, so Lockbird does not bone you, because Lockbird cannot be activated in the draw phase. It's like a really good move against Trickster. So Lady Debug is going to be activated. Is it going to search anything? Yes, I think so. So, we started with Circle and Debug, which is basically a big combo, as you only need like a Spinny and a Gazelle. So as soon as you summon Balladings, you can search out the Sanctuary, then discard the Spinny to push Balladings attack points and activate Gazelle to that. Summon the Gazelle, ditch one of the traps that you want to send, summon back the Spinny, go into Merge Stallios, summon Jack Jaguar from the deck, then link away Balladings and Jack Jaguar into Sunlight Wolf. Reincarnation Link to Sanctuary, go to another Sunlight Wolf, summon Jack Jaguar, shuffle back the first Sunlight Wolf in the graveyard, and then add back the Roar. You could also set the Roar from graveyard as soon as you summon the Sunlight Wolf, and then add back the Circle, which would be more value, but your Roar would be banished after it was activated. But I think in this matchup you don't really necessarily care about that, so yeah. You might as well rather take the Circle, the extra Circle. Even though I feel like after your first rotation, like every time I set Circle or I add back Circle, I kind of felt like it wasn't too necessary to do so, because after your first rotation, you kind of have everything you need in graveyard. I mean, like, you're missing out on Foxy and Falco. You're probably gonna get there again. Okay, so Falco is summoned. Apparently Jack Jaguar is in hand. That actually changes what? Not too much. You can just set back the Roar with the Falco if he wants to. Then just end without a Gazelle. If there isn't anything that he can do. Maybe he also forgets. Like he can set the Roar so it doesn't get banished when it's activated. He's just basically missing out on Gazelle. So probably the smarter move to set the Circle so your opponent knows where the Circle is but doesn't know where the Roar is if he wants to Twin Twister or like Phoenix the card away. Like, I mean, if you summon Phoenix, you're probably always going to target the Roar because like it's an Omni negate, it's the best you get. So that was a smart decision on his part. Setting one card. Okay, I guess. So not that necessary at this point. I mean, adding the extra Circle is just basically the Gazelle in hand that you missed out on during the combo because you hard drew Jack Jaguar. You don't really want to draw your Salamangreat cards in the deck, which is quite ironic. You just want like the two starter cards, so you can always have your big Spinny Gazelle combo. or Foxy Gazelle, like it's all going to be the same basically. You sometimes want to go into Dweller if you have like a heart on in level 4. I don't quite know the combo by heart right now and just need the cards for that. I think you need something like Foxy and Jaguar. On Node, basically you have the normal combo in which you use Gazelle to send the Jaguar, and then you're going to summon the Falco with the merged Stelio. So yeah, dump me. Thundering is used to search Thundering, and this Thundering is used to search another Thundering. All the Thunderdrings. So the point of that is that you can basically have more cards in graveyard to summon your Lavinier if your hand isn't that great. Could have also... I don't necessarily know. Is he just gonna summon Lavinier with that? Because that's weird. At this point, what he should have done is target the Sanctuary and the Raw with Twin Twisters, because like he would. I mean, Raw is going to get activated eventually, but after all, like the circle could just be chained, and Sanctuary can be protected by Balings, so kind of like either take away more or you force your opponent to banish the Balings. Either take away more or you force your opponent to... Okay, so sound seems to be okay right now. Solar is ditching Dragon Roar. I don't know the cards in hand. I think I don't know any of the cards in hand, in fact, except for this Jaguar, which is pretty obvious actually. Oof. Black Luster Soldier summoned. This is something we don't see every day in the deck, honestly. That's kind of going back to the start of Thunderdring thing, right? I remember like in London when Soul Fusion came out, people were like trying out the Chaos versions without dangers, but they played BLS. Like BLS was basically an extender in your start combo sometimes, or something you would go into number 38 with, Hope Harbinger. So apparently he uses BLS effect to banish the Sunlight Wolf, which I find quite clever, as it cannot be protected then, and he has like one more zone that he could use. Circle is going to protect it, however, which is also smart. It's a good response to that. So what are his options? Like, he could go into a Colossus, search for Falco, or search for the Fusion. He could, however, also not waste the Colossus and go for a Saryuja, which would be chain blocked due to Drangor. So Saryuja could not be ashed or ogred. Couldn't be gammaed as well, but I think like that's not an issue here. Also no impermanence. So what's he gonna do? I think he's going to go full Thunderdring Danger Guarding mode and summon Saryuja here. Yeah. This is what I like to see, and I hope he puts like Saryuja on chaining too, so that he can search out like... I don't think he necessarily needs Falco here. Hawk. I always confuse Falco with Hawk. Doesn't seem to be too good. Oh, Phantasmates. That's nice right now. You can dig for an extra hand trap though, this way. So I think he should search out the Fusion. Like the Fusion at this point, because he has so many OG Thunderdrings. Can also summon Colossus, but I think he searched for Hawk. Maybe he has the Fusion already, maybe he just disagrees with me, which would be perfectly fine. Put back 3 cards. Good boy. Yeah. I think like using Hawk here to summon. I don't really know. He might have drawn into a chaos ring, to a small chaos ring, which would be really good. You can also go for Levianeer, that works as well. And yeah, so I think he used the chaos effect basically, yeah, to pop 2 cards. Doesn't target, as I think it doesn't target, right? Destroy up to 2 cards on the field. No, it doesn't target, so Phantasme can't stop it. And I don't know if LP has the restriction that the monster has to be level 4 or lower. Let me just check it, otherwise you can go nuts. But I kind of think it has the restriction, right? Just checking. Yeah. Okay, so Levianeer can't be. Like, Phantasme discarded Spinny to negate Levianeer, but it doesn't target. Does it target? Destroy up to 2 cards on the field. It doesn't target, right? We got you guys. So this actually hurts him a lot now, because like he just has Sunlight Wolf that is barely protected. Mirage Stelio will be run over. The Sunlight Wolf probably as well. Yeah, for sure. Like even going for a Colossus. Like he probably is able to summon another monster off of Zoriju. Does he have Diablo's Lord of the Dankest Lair? Probably not, because otherwise he could have activated it to say, oh yeah, sure, he has the Thunder Drake Fusion. So what do you guys think? Does he go into double Colossus, or is he going to go and summon a Zombie Stein as well next to the other Colossus, so he has like an additional negate? I mean, he could also go for Titan, sure. He's going to go for Titan. Oh no, you just need 1 Thunder Dragon and 1 Thunder Monster. Okay, alright. Did not say anything. Yeah, I think you should overlay like Colossus and Levianeer, especially because Levianeer can't attack. Danko Seka is being summoned. I think that should be another Colossus, but he already summoned Batteryman Solar, so yeah. I think I would have overlaid already earlier, because let's face it, Levianeer can't attack. It doesn't help you right now. If he doesn't go into Zombie Stein or Hope Harbinger, I think Zombie Stein would be the better choice, definitely. I hope he runs it and not Harbinger. Then actually this looks good for Alberto, because the deck does not have trouble playing through Colossuses, especially with the setup. Like look at his graveyard. He has a Spinny in hand, which we know of. I think he should even play through 1 game. I think he's probably able to go for a game next turn. Like he doesn't even go for a Zombie Stand. He has Danko Seka and Graveyard. Like he can do everything he wants. This is like, does he have a 0 attack monster in Graveyard? No, he doesn't have a small monster in Grave. Okay, that's still fine, I think. Sorry for this thing. Okay, so he summons Foxy. He should have Foxy. Does he have a Gazelle? Does he even need Gazelle? Okay. He discards Jack Jaguar to summon back the Foxy. Relatable, you want your Jack Jaguar. In the graveyard. he could summon Spinnyback, right? And then if he wants to summon Jack Jaguar, bouncing Merge Stallion back to the extra deck, then he can even summon Merge Stallion back. Like most of the players are only running one. I think that should be the case for him as well, but he doesn't care about no Merge Stallion. So he summons Jack Jaguar. If he doesn't have Gazelle, this OTK thing's probably not going to happen. But if he plays Update Jammer and Borrowload Dragon, which he should do it because it's insane versus Thunder Dragon, then he can just take away 2 Colossuses of his opponent. And that is really huge. He can still do that after he added a Gazelle back if he wants to, or Reincarnation Link to set up another war as well, so that after he goes from Borrowload, he summons Bailings to have like another negate even. So he could end up on double Colossus, Borrowload, Bailings, and a negate. He's playing 2 Merit Stallion, which is pretty old school. That does not sound like he's playing Update Jammer because the extra deck space is really tight. Yeah, okay, so next Merge Stallion, Grandson the Gazelle, and now this is basically just the combo, right? You add back the Fusion of Fire with, like, exactly the Reincarnation Linked Sunlight Wolf that wasn't summoned by Sanctuary. You can bounce the monster or whatever, you don't need to. You summon Heat Leo afterwards with Gazelle and Sunlight Wolf. Then you just add back the Fusion of Fire with this. Go for Heat Leo, Sanctuary, summon Heat Leo, shrink the attack points of Colossus to 500 because of the Bailings in your graveyard. And then have your Chimera have like infinite attack points because you summon away you fusion away the Saryuja and a monster from graveyard or just your Heat Leo. You don't really care. At this point, you have 1 because this is going to be like probably 10,000 damage, right? This should be 2,550 extra attack points for your Chimera, which is way over 5,000, and punching on a 500 attack points Colossus for double damage should do the trick. And I think he knows his combo, so even if he doesn't play Jammer, which he definitely doesn't need to, he can just go for a game with the Fusion of Fire. Like this 10,000 damage combo, you just really don't want to leave your attack monsters in attack position. I know it's hard because you sometimes feel like, okay, so he shrunk the Chaos String Levianeer, which is fine as well. So this should be game, right? Let's see if Panel Scream concedes now, admits the defeat, like, take it like a man. You guys should be out of the tournament now because of this big punch. Like, yes. Okay, so the 10,000 damage Fusion of Fire OK combo eventually worked out for Alberto. Congratulations to Nefilim Card Gaming for a really good performance. With Altergeist and Solomon Great, the games looked like really good. They did not struggle for much going through their plays, so perfectly fine. Of course, it was the better play to kill him instead of going to Update Jammer. Not too sure if you should only play to Image Stallion, but like, this is something that everyone should decide for himself. Okay, so alright. I think other than telling you that we are hosting a podcast every week on Tuesday and it will be uploaded on YouTube, there is not much more to tell you guys. So I hope you had fun. I hope you will tell your friends that this Ultimate Guard League Cup is going to be streamed on every Thursday in the next weeks. for many, many weeks. And yeah, please tell your friends about our stream, and I think have a nice weekend. Goodbye.